Well, on December 19th, 2014, my whole life changed. This is my story on the war on cancer and how God healed, comforted, and provided for us during this valley. On December 19th, I went for a routine colonoscopy and they found out 3 polyps and one lollipop. And when things like that happen, you flash back to what happened. And I thought about my girlfriend who just turned 50, and she went to get a colonoscopy, and she was telling me about it. And I was 52, and I still haven't done mine. And I remember telling her, that's expensive because you have to pay a lot of deductible. With our insurance, it was over $500, and she said, "I'm worth it." And then about a month later, I went to a prayer breakfast, and I was sitting beside a retired lab technician and another godly woman, and they were talking about, getting routine physicals and checkups and everything else, and she was telling me how important it was, and I just feel blessed by those two ladies being there and God sending them and using them to let me know to get myself checked. So I've scheduled it, and also. Um, I scheduled like 2 weeks in December off. Usually that's a hard time and season for my husband because he lost his son, he lost his mom, and he lost his dad. So he likes to grieve. He tend to grieve a lot during that time, and so I always like to be there for him. So I had that time off, and so God just worked it out all through that happening. Um, and at the time, we were serving God. I was, working full time at a communications company, and he was also retired from the shipyard and from a design engineer, uh, engineering designer, the right word, I guess. And also, we served together in a grief ministry that we've been doing for like 7 years, helping thousands of people to process their grief. He was leading that. And also, he was the chaplain for the fire department. God led us onto all these things that he wanted us to do. Um, and our whole life changed. When that happened, um, God put it in our hearts to pray and ask prayer for everybody. I have two wonderful friends that I can call at any time or text, and they always are prayer warriors to me. But it was important for me to ask everybody else to pray. I've asked my church, my friends, even on Facebook, to pray for me and this cancer. And God just put it on our hearts. Um, God also put it in my heart at that time to lack of vision, people perish. And so I put a picture that we had when we had honeymoon in Hawaii, and the promises that God put me. That when I met my husband, I asked for a man that wanted to serve the Lord, but also a gardener and a fisherman. And boy, did he answer that prayer. But one of the things when I met my husband that God put in my heart is this Robert Frost poem, "Come and grow old with me, the best is yet to be." And I put that phrase with a picture that we had in Hawaii, a beautiful picture, and I put that and I look at it every day. God also put it in my heart to just study His words and meditate. I've always loved studying the Bible daily, but just to claim all the blessings and the healings and write it down and put it down, I did that. Also, I put signs throughout my house. I've always had signs of faith and everything else, but like we trust in God, signs like that, and I put it throughout my house also. That was important to me. Um, and 10 days later, I started hemorrhaging, and I ended up in the hospital for 3 days. One of the surgical places that they took out the polyp was bleeding through, and then I got that fixed. Then January 14th, that was the day we were to meet our surgeons. Um, I had a fellow chaplain come up to us and ask Hollis, what you guys doing here? And Hollis told him that, I had cancer. And he said, oh, and who are you going with? And he told him that my doctor's name. And he said, oh, I had colon surgery. And he has a wonderful nurse, and God healed me from everything. And He's going to do that for you. And that was just a confirmation to us that God is in control. He's going to take care of us. And that just gave us so much peace. And during this time also, He provided, I had enough vacation and everything. God just provided financially even for us. Then we had the CT scan. When the doctor tells you all the variables and everything else, you're kind of scared. And then 2 days later, luckily there was an opening slot. I was able to get a CT scan, and they did find out that it didn't spread anywhere else. He said, but you still don't know until you actually go in there. Okay, so on June 27, 2015, I went to surgery. One of the things my prayer warrior friend told me that I should do is to take a Bible with me now to the hospital. And basically I did. I couldn't take my study Bible, so I took a little Bible with me and some of my favorite scriptures on God's promises and the prayers that I put together. And I just took it with me, and they allowed me to take it into surgery. They wrapped it up, and it was wonderful. And they said when I came out of the anesthesia, I was just praising God, and we're just so grateful. Now 3 months later, we had to be in the home, and we just we just focused on simplifying our life and just staying together. And when you go through something like that, and it's been a year since everything has happened, and God financially provided for us to where within a couple months after my surgery, we were able to pay off all the hospital bills and everything else. And basically the CT scan and the colonoscopy, I had a colonoscopy, everything is cleared. And what God put in on our hearts, it was that He simplified our life tremendously. We no longer do, grief share or the chaplaincy for the fire department. As much as we loved it, we knew our season was over with that. And how important it was to have family around us. Me and my husband had a great relationship. We have so much closer now because of this. It really takes that, and also to simplify our life, and we have done that. As de-stress as much as possible. I still work full time, and God has put a new ministry in our hearts, and that was to do these videos. We love making the videos, and just it's been a blessing to us and to help teach people how to, we're blessed because we have some land, but some people don't even have any. They just have a patio. But it was in our heart to eat as much of the food and grow that much of their food as possible. And we're looking forward to seeing what God does next. It's been a wild, amazing journey, but we know that God has put it on our hearts that we are going to a homestead and a rural pretty soon, and grow our own chickens and pond for fish so we could grow our own food and to do all those things that we always wanted to do, but it took this to really clear cut everything and to just refocus us more so on our future and more on each other and more on family, and God just wanted me to put this together um, to share the testimony. And thank you for allowing me to share. Know that God is always with each and every one of us if we seek Him. Um, and He heals. He's a God of miracles of yesterday and today. He does miracles all the time. I'm a living testimony of God's healing power and how He could not only bring us through it, but giving us a better life afterwards. And the victory is His. And thank you, and have a blessed day. Amen. Thanks for watching our videos. We really love making them. If you like our videos, please like our Facebook page to get the latest tips and tricks. Please subscribe to our YouTube channel to get the newest video. Like it, it would really inspire and encourage us. But most importantly, share it to encourage others. We'll welcome your comments and questions. Thank you. Have a blessed day.